In this video I'll be showing you some of the key areas to check when buying a classic Rover Mini. Here I am with this 1996 Rover Mini 1.3i MPI. The MPI stands for multi-point injection, which was used from 1996 right up until the end of production in 2000. As you can see, this is quite a special and unique looking Mini. It was the subject of a MiniWorld Magazine feature project in 1997, where it had various cosmetic alterations and an engine conversion carried out by John Cooper garages in Worthing, and that was done to the Cooper S Touring specification, and I think it's got about 85 brake horsepower from that. Later that year the car was given away as a competition prize, and it was collected by the competition winner from the Birmingham NEC. Moving to the front of the car, first thing to check would be beneath the headlights. Check there's no bubbling on the seams here, which there isn't, and also check the front valance as well. Check for any rust or bubbling coming through, and the same again on the offside headlight. Check there's no bubbling coming through on the seams. Moving to the wing scuttle panel, make sure it's always good to see a gap in between here. It's not been bridged or anything like that from restoration works. A little bit of bubbling here, very slight, but that's the only real criticism I can give this car cosmetically. Check beneath the windscreen rubber, the scuttle panel, which is a common water trap, and the same again this side. Nice gap in between the wing and the scuttle panel. Moving on to the A panel and the door. Nice even gaps between the panels. Check underneath. It's got the correct vented seals. Put your hand behind one of the vents, you can feel there's a gap there, which there should be. No over seals. Jacking point there. And the rubber above the sills nice and straight as well. There's no bobbling or anything like that. Moving on to the doorstep. No bubbling there, all good. As you can see on the cross member on this car, it's got a plaque there from John Cooper garages with the conversion number, in this case MiniWorld 97001. Moving on to the back. Looking at the rear valance now, all nice and straight there, no bubbling at all, no bubbling beneath the fuel filler cap or anything like that. Around the rear screen rubber, all good there as well. We'll move on to the boot shortly. Check the width beneath the window as well there, another water trap. And again, checking the sills this side as well. The correct vented sill, you can feel the gap there, jacking point. Again, rubber's nice and straight there, it's not wobbly at all, to signify corrosion. Doorstep again, no corrosion or bubbling. Door shuts well, hasn't dropped at all. Checking the corners of the roof as well, no rust there. Fine condition. Moving on to underneath the bonnet now. We'll start with a slam panel. Here you can see the original factory build number there. It's often a telltale sign where the front panels have been replaced, where this plate isn't here. Either side it's got the original spot welds. And on the near side here as well. It's got the original airbox there. Often they're replaced with K&N cone air filters. I won't check in this video, but it's best to check the oil as well. Moving on into the boot. No signs of welding or patch repairs at all. No corrosion. Checking all the corners. Often area for corrosion is down here where the bottles can sometimes leak. All good in this case. And lastly, we move on to the interior. We'll start off by checking the corners of the windscreen, the bottom corners where they're often poorly repaired or there's corrosion coming through, but there's nothing in this case. And we'll check again on the passenger side, no repairs or corrosion. The burr walnut dash looks all good. There's a few cracks on the binnacle cover, but there's no substantial fading, which these are prone for. The leather seats and carpets and headlining's all good. No tears. When you drive the car, you want to check that the gear synchro is all smooth, so there's no crunching when changing down into second or first, for instance. Also, once the car's warmed up, you want to check there's no overheating and that it's idling around 1000 RPM. That's all for this short video, but if you have any further questions about what to check for when looking to buy a classic Rover Mini, or if you'd like further information on this Mini, which is currently for sale, please visit my website.